manso
mbe duala ndinguye keta Omar
men keta Omar ye
fala si yam
fama
ala dundi jannatu
firdaus
ado jiko bije
o jiko bijele
bi Omar
folo
ayin funto
men ke
saya
taraje
awulula fulo la
duno kandemu
pour katela balwo
nyini fulanjang
sate bela lopitano atata woto do kola Omar musheda
fureola
Omar ala dundi
arjanno kono
ba fula man sakunda e ko sabarta mandarin be kel ni musol be fondin kel be sabarta
ala nodi alala wal malakum wadi ustaz kambayi
assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Nte jamum barin kundalti
ako jamma barin kundalati
jam barin kundalti
ako jamma barin kundalati
e ka fontele Mod Lamin Jaaju
e ka fatele Mod Lamin Jaaju
dol ka foni rongo
ha
nte mbejang karo mumela
aka bejang karo belela
family la karo community la karo mansala karo ani mobe la karo parce que ntemu kayra molti andon ntemu mobe rongolati mobe le fanat mobe muntati ha nyin akata sunuting asuno ay dunia bele sunu ay dunia bele sunu wala na biring aketa dunia bele wulita aida physically malum bafula nya manika kawla wala nganiyola dol funtita kene bato e be tentula anin kebal mume même be participer tanyinto kata journalist wol mume anin mansa fanala mol mem mume fenkita nyinto ala drong wala be jonola ñing kita feneti yembe lonko
ñing kita kuleti me yalonko
lañinolom
lañiningolemu
gos malla hadama dingo be wulla pour ka ko bitambe mu fala
ya hadama dingo be wulla be mo la pila fala
because ala drone ne along men kita anin alama alay kafaro ke dinniwo mem fata
ala ya lo men kita bar alama allah taala man so kafar ne man kafar ka
ni aje dinningol wulta
emotion
lom amang easy
so
iman taw ye fana to ye react wonyama
man taw karila so wonyama
andum mba fala man sa fana ko dinningol fana iman taw pour ka ke
fana dinningol fana man taw ye menke
because aju sankela waratale dal wala ne okay so mbe dindingol fondinkel tentula mbe yamare indi oda aspect fana ko ye sabarota ye munya due process weke parce que man sa fango son tele ko il leftele pour Cairo e sabati andum ibe silo wala nale pour luwaye simfa sementano pour ayta ye nyun ko kiskisi ya jibe munebe bolato ni même botato man sabe sondale ko wolon to nyatin dal ngasi ngamurum badi ya ko tonke ngaji benkela nyamen so wala na aman jar ko tonke ka problem dol create kan so on dal because nanyim banko Gambia kayra banko lom andun altol alfal membe jang ali Cairo le fi jang and wo Cairo wala nyanta sabatila andun alama ale wo Cairo sabatindi kabidi ya fulla kera ngamandi na din tentude kabirin alkalo anin alfal anin fonninkel anin momume anin kombonot mume anin west coast mume alkalo mume sefol mume ibe natanen sakanna na busumbala constituency sefo akata bakele polisol fana jamal ya katale because bila aketa until nimde I was working with both the police and fenko dal ka jeko Cairo sabati because yalon two wrongs angalol kame for two wrongs cannot make it right
ako angalol kame for
two wrongs cannot wolong wolon boyin kam buka boyin kam wulu
no
yalam loi fenko be nyamen foy patient soto foy ke munyalati because ni be la tonya fangoto imam munya e jusota akela tonya fango yele mandi fango yake victime tindal so walatna I'm very grateful nkontanta bakele pour alfal ye diamo menke la fondinkel dindingol ye pour ye tenkun fom futata nyin jamano la mbeddu wala fondinkel ye alama ala yal so sima yala alama ayal so jata kende ala alama ala yal so suturola alama ala yal ke alfa kendolting fon ndel fana nka yamaro ketentin kom alfal ka kenyela min dal
anin ku killing media kudo keta media la mbe wol apologize la because dol dunta jamen kono e ko alfunti comme 360 nga file nka ko isi yamfu katu adunta kono de ka funti amanke mol sauti alkana embarrass mbe hako danila aliye katu ni aje fudula ko futata fonyin dulando atul media le kono nata media le be mani na di janne bare ni aje ko tata fa futata sando wala media le ota la baraka alsi yamfu
media ko alsi yamfu ali ya baraka e mayro men kala jamen kono alsali hako boyndiye
to nyalom media bal tentulam bal jela because media they are partners in development in all aspects ndemu artiste leting ndemu mission leting nga service okele nga cool beke so media mod buketul jono yone sene bal tentulam bal jela kex inila mol bal tentulam bal gela dal 360 ni la mul mbal tentu la mbal gele dal ni aje no almamo fana yo fenke alkana mutafi almamo mutafi yalon asunutale so yalon suno most likely in our traditions ibuko expose wala na ay tandiko ni manke kulliting alkana mutafi de ala asunutale wala tinna so it's not a problem dal imagine sa ale chance to you are doing it dal we appreciate mbe Cairo fana duwala Gambia kono alama Cairo e sabati jang alama nyin sifa alama ay stop andum security fana mbe wonla ya security reform ke yana sane comme nyin recruitol ya try ye advice ye train in a manner kamul handul yana sane so wolon dal nga duwa Cairo la rek nga jibe mbe fenkela nyame thank you sir
Trambe sasarin
ata mankende abake
nim malaria benyol
anim malaria benyonna
besirin suokono
abesirin suokono
barmbe fondin kelu tentula ke
jayi fondin kelu tentula ke jayi
maninarim fondin
kelu
bal tentula mbali jayi
bal tentula bal jayila
min ka bor kadun suokono
ka
foe kana dun kambun kono
nimboro kana dun
ka bunda soronne ko te agaso amabbe tan toluma ndem asma patient ledi fresh malaria le bennanu
malaria balanu
bar kabri nyin ko gra te agaso ni afa silo ka sisio canal fo soko nani yeda soron 5 fute nu la foya bule nya ko
yeda soron 5 fute madron
atinna sai ayensi so mamman
fala siso mamman di ko denga
asma boro ka minne
asira boro ka minne
nga ta loptano to len ka min
ka ta loptano to la ka min
manan fonnin
kewlu
ista fole mo kulu baloti de
sta fole mo kulu baloti
ita fole mo kulu
baloti de
ni ko sate riruwa doku journalist sol fele albejan nin altata kaburo tole
ako altata kaburo tole aliye kaburo jele
tumado alima be sai soje
ako tumando alman kaburo beje
bar nal pareta jang
ako nal pareta jang
alse fere ke fo ale kaburo sai soje
ako alse fere ke alse kaburo la fanoje
ni luolu e ko kaburu jaso jang
ako ni ko luolu kaburu jaso kaburu lazo yarlo
suba ni albota suba to doron
ako ni e bota suba to doron
ale na jang
ako sina jang
albalon na ko
ako albalon na gelto
maninarim fondin kelu
tebe
kamben
mo
anin kasate doku
wobe tole
andi kawoleke wati jannanu
ako wati jannanu
nintol na koto kenyul ni bakan
ako na koto kel ninne bakan
akatale fo minute tanni lulu ni salfana dasata
ako akata minute tanni lulu ni salfana dasata
atata fo talankilin tambe da minute tansaba
atambi talankilin tambe da minute tansaba
ngel kafuda yiri wa kafu nyo jeto muta atata fo jannin 12 akabang
ako fonnin kel kadete nyo bala wati kilin dron isaje lafta menna wokake
atata fo nyi last wano
ako atata fo nyi labango
talan sey
ako talan sey
wala hapas 8
jebanta ako jebanta
inata loptano to loptano to bang
ako loptano bang
karan bi mimbe loptano
dala
nyinne mu usas kambay nyinne mu ala madiro
ako wala mudiro ti nyim usa kambay
fanam be jasiya ba
ako je be la siya bang
kera fanan salta dami
ako salta dami
ale anyati li wo nyamo
bantangol to
yo be fanam
la si
oto man nan fondinkel
ako to man nan fondinkel
tentunge jey
akabe tentula be jeyla
kata ku ni ko testi doko
ako ni ko testi doko
foni moye misali mandinari
la
bar mandinari te misal la mola
ako mandinari te misal la mola
ni nata loptano to
ako ni tata loptano to
wato mol kata yundumle
ako to mol kata yundumle
abotaje nata ta lamen
ako abotage tata lamen
kata nos laje jammoli aje ko
nga
nos bungoloja
nga kata nga nos bungoloja nga mansa kundaje
mam fere sotono
sai
koni sate mol salono
akonata sate mol salono
tolse dindingol dila
ako ise dindingol dila ise nosol dila men se aten
sate mol ye kaw di ñola
ako sate mol ye kaw di ñola
alkalba be koma
sate
alfal benam be koma
ako sate alfal be koma
inata bungolo
aketa nos bungoti
o nos bung be tamakan
ako hani kabi nos bungo be tamakan
be yirwal nyinin na masakunda bulu
ako be yirwal nyin la masakunda bulu amankeno
folas ya jamela wato ay bungolo ay kiban Dr. Sambana akelaje komin 24 hours
ako komin 24 hours
ni lafita diara lola
ni tata ibasotola sai wato sitade
o tata sai se ni tandinte fa kundu min peleten loptano nying pour ka sansang because ko loptano nyanda kala health center nga loptan mo yo nyininka wo nyanda kala nyadile ay bundali tandina fo jaye sansang ila ministre fa onata jena lindolu pour jaye sansang jans ko price sansang ala ndema fon ngel wulita kalo kaje ko kabe sansang inshallah bal tentula mbal jaye ala baraka bake
akukana kabengo tate tunjom de sa
ako mo membebe jang aba be kontonna
anyila ni fana ni
ako dindin keba
ndom de sa fi bulum tu
ako abe be konton kan
uju ya be juntate be ka sanke
ako ni aja be lola jabe diamula
malam furim na senam
ako mala ye kumale diala afa
malam mu bari neti
ako malam ma bari neti
malam ni ba male denta
ako malam na ba male denta
kabiri tata jame to nyanta ka foje
ako kabiri tata jame nyanta fola jele
bare ngolen ti bal burunga be ka sanke
ako bare amansilo soto pour kadiamu
te hake
ako hakolem de
kade bayri na regande
ako bayri faile
yo mala nani illa ko kamana ko ka bonketak
ako abe kamba nolu danila hakola
parce que achila ore nan kanya matut
ako kabiri nyinko keta fa ako kabiri nyinko keta mamma be
anna pour be banajo mala ko leñu le ko kambor mom di bu kana ko job ko re
ako kabiri atata dama bina murlana ni mo jamal benta
bara amanjitu wa fu munu wakame momu
ako bara malo men keta o nyama
mante eringu tate
ako fafu de nan sokono
na tokul aspa pota
anata binki tere jang
nano kama waw baje
anata fay mu neketa
abin aspa pa ngolen tika sanken
binki man diamuno
na katobo
bulaje
ye mankan bu kana ko jalo ko rego
ako mol nata fay men keta
bare nane acila
ako ate
na babaji ka fi mandinari mati jaatu ko jukoju
ako ate dankine soto ko mandinari woliya gele andu ya muta fele
andu akila belem ke bola yelja mom hani fokila fola fu Badjie le wojuto
ako atol Mandinary boysol aliye menke ako hanata fawta kenola
woto akila de law ko kambana kati Mandinary bunom de lawi ka bonkat
ako abe hako danila Mandinary fonninkel bela alziyam fama
nane de law kuni fana po MTD kadi mako pio fokila fat ko nyila
ako abe droit danile kebal men yalon ko men be Mandinary alme mela nyato
mala nane na jam kurima ko fang
ako aka kumo jamalle moy
bare foko na ko to de
ako kuma kilina soto
fo non kayni ne kata mite ne emite mati rabajo nyamite
ako dankini ata alala ko alale nyinke
mala ngarege de
ako mala ne afode
mo kanet pop ingini Badji ka fi mati malang omto kayni ne
ako ate dankini soto ko malang e iman soto le
yo to kane kasankena ku loyle bukana ku pio
ako mol meta sirine diamo jamfada
bukana ku bonke to jani kajen de kasankena
ako alsiyam fama natra kuma kolengo la fal siyam fama
buka MTK fama nyonge wiye
ako alma fama la nyimma
MTK na ngila bana jom bet mbabaju bo furim
ako dinni ngotata deme alma alayaso jannatul firdausi da
barakabati alquran no
ako alquran o barako kamma
assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh mo nyimbita fondin kelleya Badji kundan kol wolle ci fondin kelliya sa itandi lun tangol ye ko manari fondin kelliya minke amanke kulu baliyati manari fondin kel I kulu tale I kamben tale bari jusole bota ni mo juso bota asema kafunyo ma fano atalonna wala nyindi ko Badji kundan kol ko ngal kontom bak ngal nimbara bak ngal sabaro lafa Badji kundan kol len ci alkande iko nga sabaro lafa ko dek tonya manan kol kamben tale ni man kamben dung nyin ko te kela kad ni manan kol man kamben nung masakunda fam se bolonang bay manan kol la kamben wala adna masakunda botanang ya lon ko e mole fa ni manan kol man bonung wulole fata utali sis arsi sabari bak fulanjango nyin ko mo manke masakunda taji de ndol bele tam min tam di ngoti aman kendia min tam di ngoti aman kendia de adabe makoy lo nyini kan fulanjango di ngo min banta ay do fulale tujang pet ad wol mani song kamano sang songo fangi maso do pour ka fama makoy woto kumo nyi fele mol bebudu alay momo min makoy ye bulo fana nga di wol kan ye bulo fana nga keo kan ini baraj mal force mal sada dani ha bari ko ni sasata ni ma itandi barse kono ite jaral la sotola afa bi ya man kendiat nyino na kumoti fondin kalal nimbara
alim fala checks wol nin kuma ndimbe bul ya kata baka kabri
yo iko checks nyol natara kuma ndimbal bulale na fo
okay
ye army officer je ka fen kare weapon kare mi alono ka se bungo be destroy bunjang if he is not obedient as a kuke mi alono ko army malafala you know in African countries you call loyalty. You must be loyal to the government of the day. But the British said you have to be lenient. I stands for being intelligent. An officer should be intelligent. C stands for having courtesy. You must know how you do your things, how you speak to people. And the last wording, that's the last letter, stands for efficiency. Mobe nyanta toma tamandila na man tonya tamandi ka fe ala dia adoya ka taria bag aka feya bag wala atinna you must be efficient. All police officers are trained at least for 4 months, 5 months or 6 months. If they go and do otherwise, it's unfortunate. What police philosophy wolom POLICT kabrin press jan nyata he change it to contact CONTCAT. The first word starts with courtesy again. O openness. N for neutrality. T for being tactful. At a time more, these paramilitaries or para-incaminfo is called tactical support groups. In the event that more Balantapuruka arrest and you have to use force, a police officer is empowered to use force. I always tell people, you must not use any force more than necessary. If you use any force more than necessary, you will be prosecuted by the end of the day if it is found to say that you have committed a crime. This is why you must not use any force more than necessary. after end neutrality. T, for being tactful. A, approachability, how you approach things. And C, he said consideration. And the last T, thoughtfulness. A police officer should be considerable. You should be thoughtful as well. And this helps you, the common sense of thinking, will come more makoi to decide doing things. And Mandingol Kafo Kumine and Kolea Akon Kenya. Diambo Mine Kolea Mfonya. So Nimu Feneti mi alon noko. Anyanta lon nalen. Dum police ol kela dimbayali ike kulu nyunu bela leke londala. Ni tata kudoke is unfortunate. Wale atinna, we are seeking for justice for Omar Badjie, and we will not be seeking for it. We want to see it done. Al-salamu alaikum. It's killing the budget left a meme fola. Ko Mandinary is a very strategic location. Nga fuel deposit ole soto jang, nga tanka sol soto minni ka o fuel fuel convey. Woto nata numbe kuo kukela dukare alinga tank new fuel sol tanker. I for one have undergone certain trainings. After I retired, I became the the Gambian National Petroleum Corporation Chief Security. And I have seen what a tank can do. 100 meters this way, 100 meters that way, it can destroy. So to alinga hakido to.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Nga sutura roke. And mbal tol journalist will be tankala naka mbal tentula mbal jaila. Let me speak in English so that the international audience can hear what I'm saying. We've already laid the boy to rest, and I am taking this privilege on behalf of the family to thank all the journalists on the ground. Since the beginning of this incident, we have seen your stand, and you've really suffered together with all of us. Some of you were tear gas, some of you were beaten, and you were just doing a national service to everybody. So on behalf of the Badjie family, we thank each and every one of you. After that, we've buried the boy, Omar, and may Allah grant him Jannatul Firdausi. Right now, as the youth leader of Mandinary village, our main aim and objective is, let me emphasize, this case is never going to be compromised. This case is never going to be compromised. It is never going to be brushed under the carpet. Yesterday, I went to the Minister of Interior's office to have a meeting with him. Unfortunately, I couldn't meet him. I met with his DPS, Mr. Gassama, and he assured us that he is going to schedule another meeting with us with the minister. But nonetheless, we wrote a petition, a 4-point petition, and those 4 points are the immediate suspension and arrest of all the police officers involved in this case. Number 2 is to set up an impartial investigative team to investigate this issue. Number 3 is to arrest all those police officers charged for murder and be prosecuted. Failure than that, we gave them 7 days ultimatum to meet our demands. We want peace to reign. Wallahi, we want peace to reign in this country. But if government thinks that we are going to brush this case under the carpet, let them think twice, because we want to set a precedent to all the police officers in this country. Police officers are working for the Gambian people. That uniform they wore today, tomorrow another citizen can wear the same uniform. So when serving people, serve them with respect, dignity and understanding. And know that no matter how long it takes, you're going to put down that uniform and you are going back to the society. So if you humiliate that society, if you maltreat them, if you insult them, if you kill them, how are you going to fit in that society after your service to the nation? So that is a $1 million question each and every police officer should ask him or herself. We are not compromising this case. Wallahi, billahi, tallahi. This case is never going to be compromised. And if these police officers are not arrested and prosecuted, we are going back to the street. Let me make that clear. We don't want violence in this country. We don't want to make this country ungovernable. But if government wants to bend the rule, if government wants to bury this case, under the carpet, I will come back here, I will call the youth to the street. And we will make sure that this village is entirely blocked. Nothing comes in, nothing goes out. So before we reach at that level, let the government do the needful. They have the resources in their disposal to go ahead with this case to meet our 4-point demands in our petition. They have the resources. There is no way, absolutely no way, where they can tell us that we cannot meet this one demand or this two demand. They cannot. So I'm appealing, which I should not do, but I am appealing for the sake of the position they occupy. Let them treat this case with urgency and with every resources they have in their disposal so that peace can reign. In our petition, we gave them 7 days, and we are going to wait after that 7 days. On Friday, I have a meeting with the Minister of Interior. The meeting was supposed to be today. Yesterday, the DPS called me and said the minister wants to meet me. I told him, let him reschedule it because today is the burial. I cannot leave the burial here to go and meet him. So on Friday, inshallah, I'll be meeting the minister. And what I am telling you right now, I'm going to tell him the same thing with due respect. That's what I'm going to tell them. We are not compromising this case. Even if heaven's going to collapse on our head, this case is never going to be buried under the carpet. People have to go to jail for this. People have to go to jail for this. Let them put that at the back of their mind. These police officers have to serve a lifetime sentence. Apart from, that's the only compromise. Other than that, we are not accepting any other thing. Other than that, we are not accepting any other thing. I hope I am clear. And let me emphasize, I will do my best to make sure that peace reigns. The youths are not going out to vandalize people's property. I can assure them that. I can really assure them that. If they go to their various offices and houses, let them have peace of mind. But after our 7 days ultimatum, if we did not see any progress, or they want to play hanky-panky games with us, come on, man, we're going back to the street. Let that be clear. So thank you very much. This is what I have for you.
Okay, wait, Honorable is here to talk with you.
Yeah, yes, one question.
Understand that the government are giving
Please, just speak.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, ask your question. Ask your question.
Go ahead.
Ask your question.
Go ahead.
Ask your question.
Yes, I want to. We understand that the government gave the family $100,000, and you received it on behalf of the family. You've seen it in the picture, and it attracted a lot of mixed feeling in the internet, forcing that this might actually influence the verdict of the entire case. As per that, what is your stance?
Okay. I was anticipating one of you to ask this question, and alhamdulillah, you asked this question. I want to make it absolutely clear to each and every one of you and to the entire country and all those outside. Those who are saying the government gave 100,000, I for one who received the money, I don't even know how much is in that envelope. I cannot tell you. But let me make it clear. When the minister sat down, I told the minister right in his face, this family don't need anything from the government. Any monetary thing, they don't need it from the government. That delegation comprises the Supreme Islamic Council members, yeah, governors, so many important dignitaries. So after that rejection, the Supreme Islamic Council member told me, let me say this in Mandinka, na ado ani na dino man songola ni moy sadamun ko na fe ya murundala. And the minister makes it very clear that money was not from government. I am on air. The minister makes it absolutely clear that money was not from government. That was a contribution of the delegation who came here to show their respect to the family. And the Supreme Islamic Council, as a Muslim, and they are my, they are my leaders in my religion. Whatever they say, I have to accept. Okay? And this is what they told me. Nadino man songala. So as a Muslim, Nadino man somina, definitely I'm not gonna do it. So that's the reason I accepted the money. All right? After accepting the money, I called the family members. I explained everything to them. They never wanted to accept it. But when I told them, you know what? Any $100 you remove from this money, yejio sangala ya di mola ming, abarajo ifutala Omar lale. And family members are coming, across the country. Some are coming from Casamas. Every day you have to cook breakfast, dinner, and lunch. We all know in this part of the world when such things happen, you spend. So definitely they're going to need the money. I was able to convince them and hand over the money to them. That money did not spend 30 minutes in my hand. It did not. So those who are saying the government gave 100,000, I don't know where they got that amount from, because the minister never tell me this is the amount which is there, and I never bothered to ask. And we did not count the money. The way it was given to me, I removed it from the envelope, I gave it to the elders, they did not count it in my present. I don't know how much is there. But by holding the money, it is 100 notes. I think there are seven packets of $100 notes, something like that. It's not even up to 60,000. Wallahi. I can assure you guys, it's not up to 60,000. So that is it. That was the reason why I accepted the money. Hope that portion is clear.
It's okay, please.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, actually, it is tragic. I am also from this family. They are my uncles. I came all the way from Fuji to pay solidarity to the honorable member of Busumbala constituency, Honorable Muhammad Kante, and also the councillor of this ward. Strongly as we have gathered, Omar is already gone to his creator. But we all know the rule of law and the principles of transparency, accountability. This is what we are asking for. I also solemnly join the family in asking for his transparent accountability. This is what we want. We want to know the causes of his death. The perpetrators will be brought to justice. This is wholly and solely what we are asking. And as Muslims, we all know destiny is part of faith. Allah has destined this way, but it came through sabab. It came through a means and a purpose. And there are a lot of counter messages on. But we are not bothered about that. What we are bothered is what would the government took towards this matter. And this matter will not be silenced. We are all from families. Badjie Kunda, this is where my mom is from. So we'll join hands together with the youths of Mandinary and the family, and the people of Busumbala, and that of the Gambia, including everybody, to ask for justice of Omar. We've been having a lot of cases. As I'm standing to you, we are all victims. Aruna Jatta of Kanila was broadly murdered by the Senegalese forces, occupancies, foreign forces. A week later, they were transferred and returned to Senegal with piecemeal. The government didn't say anything. Our own youth, who is also from Brok in Fonyi Kansala, Gobi, was murdered and thrown in a well. It's history of his case. Janke of Kanfenda, in my own constituency, was also murdered. History in that making. So I think the onus lies in all of us as countrymen, youth. Let's come, we follow the due process of the law without any intimidation. And we must say it crystal clear. This is our country. The peace and tranquility is unto all of us. We should cherish it and work together to maintain the law and order. But that doesn't mean this case will be silenced. I am listing a lot of numerous cases that this government had paid a deaf ear. And I think the youths of Mandinary, the National Assembly member of this constituency, Honorable Kante, and the two ward councillors, and all of us, the family of Badjie Kunda, relatives, loved ones, both home and abroad in Mandinary, this is a case that we should all rise to protect and make sure justice is served. That's the interest. That is our interest. We don't want to be in a government or in a country where issues will just be left dumped like that. I am counting a lot of histories that have happened. People were killed broad daylight, a panel will be set. Nothing has been done about that. But I know this one will be sampled with the way I'm seeing the youths of Mandinary, elderly. And when I heard the testimony of the Imam, I was shocked that our security forces will behave this way. If that of Jabang, security forces will loot money of people, they could do more heinous crimes that we are seeing. So on that note, I am also here as a family member. My mother is from Badjie Kunda, and this is an uncle of ours. So that's why I also came to pay solidarity with grief and sadness. A youth of this age has lost his life recklessly. And these are allegations that we are now saying, but investigation also. And I know post-mortem have been conducted. And with that results, we'll be able to stand firm and pursue this case. This case will not die. But as a sort, it will not be like cases we are talking. We are continuing asking and we'll continue to ask. So it's sad, definitely. And I also urge all the youths of Mandinary to come and let focus on finding justice for Omar. And not only Omar, we fight justice for people who are killed recklessly in this country. On that note, I say assalamu alaikum.
Can I ask one question, please?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, having pumped over $2 million Gambian dollars into the security sector reform, still you continue to see the same, I mean, what people call as reckless, I mean, behaviors from people in force. What is your take on that? Don't you
As I do say, I'm also part of Defense and Security of the National Assembly. Security sector is not organizing meetings, conferences. I can tell you, within the security, 6 security apparatus, all their bills, from the coalition government till date, no bill is before Parliament. How can you reform the security without loss? The SIS bill is nowhere to be found. The police bill is nowhere to be found. The immigration bill is nowhere to be found. The GAVA bill is nowhere to be found. The prisons bill is nowhere to be found. So if you talk of reform, reform is not only centered in coordinating meetings, workshops, or travels. We need reforms by laws. So if those laws are not in place, it becomes difficult. So I urge the government to put their house in order. We are sick and tired of hearing reform. What we want is laws that will complement some of these heinous crimes that we are facing. On that note, I think we as citizens, we should stood our ground and put a test to this government through our representatives that we must push this government to bring us laws that will serve the purpose of reform. If that doesn't work, I think it will just be like, I don't know what description would I even use. It will just be like a game that they will be playing for the rest of their terms. And we are almost into election. 1 year, 4 months. People are served for a term. Nothing was done. They served another term ending. Almost into 4 years. Yes, still those reforms are a problem. I can tell you, none of those reforms are into Parliament. It's only the NSA, National Security Advisor's Office, the bill that was passed just day before yesterday, finally. Apart from that, all the sister institutions, they are lost. Colonial laws, 1940s, 1950s, 18-something, the same laws. So when we talk about reform, these were promises that they have made to the Gambian people. And it's up to you, Gambians, to see whether this is a government that you could also be able to at least be in bed together. So I think it's crystal clear for us to know our purpose. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the purpose of human beings, creating jinns and humans, is to worship. So in our worship, we will also be able to stand firm and help our country. It's sad for us to be speaking as Gambians. It's sad for us to be talking as Gambians. But it is the onus is you and us. And we also put tests to your representative. A representative is not only going to Parliament, but ask them, what are they doing? What can they push to the government? What they can join to make sure some of these changes are reasonable. But we can push to the latter, but the executive are the principals of those laws. So if they ignore bringing those laws, I am telling you, 6 institutions, none of those laws are before Parliament. So in a serious government, this will tell you if they're really ready for reform. And we'll talk. We'll continue to talk. This government is not serious in any form of reform. So they cannot be, be wolf in sheep clothing against Gambians. So it is you who will be able to move. That's what we see. So on that note, I thank, and I also in solidarity with the family. And also him being the youth of Mandinary, let them stand up. It's not about intimidation. It's about pursuing what is right. And in law, it says justice delayed, justice denied. Let's not we will now be shouting as they know Gambians. When issues happen today, we'll be shouting for 1 week. After 1 week, things are buried. We have to follow. I am telling you, Aruna Jatta was murdered, killed by the Senegalese forces in 2017. Yes, still, nobody is arrested. Gobi also, a soldier, killed and thrown in a well in Fonyi Kansala. Our sister also killed Yes, still, all those things, no justice has been served to those people. So you see, one of our brother who was also arrested, the Alcalo and his brother, and taken to Senegal. They were there for almost 6 months. The brother is paralyzed, half dead. It is caused by the Senegalese forces within the Barrow government. So you see this, would we be comforted being bad with those people when our families are almost half dead? Our brother is already in Fonyi, in Karur, half dead. He cannot even walk. Eating, they do it for himself. He was severely tortured by the Senegalese forces and taken to Senegal, brought part dead. So I think I will also join the youth of this Mandinary through the honorable member and the ward councillors for us to pursue this case so that justice is seen to be served. Thank you very much.
Thank you.